Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about James Cameron, Avatar 2 director James Cameron, giving fans the bird. They were asking for his autograph, and he flipped them off on the way out of a.
Now there's a little more to
screening.
it, but it's bad behavior, and it's not something that he should have done.
No.
I mean, maybe he has too much testosterone,
Yeah,
and that would
right.
be why he was being toxic. Maybe if he had less testosterone, he wouldn't have flipped people off.
Yeah, this is why he needs to cut his balls off.
Because the testosterone clearly he must have had a lot that day.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about this. Hat tip to Mr. Milo for doing a story on it. We'll play the video. It's gonna be kind of a case of what would you do, because people were asking him for his autograph, and then they started calling him names, and then he flipped them off.
Yes, I mean, they shouldn't have called him names.
He was being kind of.
But he shouldn't have flipped them off either. I mean,
No,
no.
no.
I understand why he did it, but I don't think he should have done it. Let's put it that way.
So Disney's probably thinking to themselves, God, we're already
I know.
up to up to here with the cost of this movie, and it
It's
underperformed.
It's underperforming. Stocks are dropping because of the underperforming.
Stocks are dropping because Avatar 2 is not doing as well as they thought it was going to do, and you're out there flipping off the fans. Way to go, James.
Yeah, way to go.
All right, before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, over 283,000. Finally, we jumped up a whole bunch overnight. I don't know what happened.
Oh, okay, good.
Everybody subscribe.
Or maybe they just let people through that had been subscribing and.
Maybe they did, yeah. So thank you very much. Please subscribe. Check to make sure you're still subscribed. YouTube likes to unsubscribe people. So anyway, James Cameron giving fans the bird at recent Avatar 2 screening. So he's currently under a lot of pressure, right?
I'm sure he is, because he's probably like, shit, because there's talk now you might only do up to, what, the fourth one or third one at this point? Third one, I think.
Third one, I think, yeah.
Because they've already filmed the third one. I think they're wrapping that up, and they haven't started the fourth one yet, I believe.
Yeah, it depends on how it does. We'll talk about the box office here after this, but you can see this is on TikTok, and we'll play this here. So he's walking out. They're like, hey, it's Mr. James Cameron. Doesn't look very happy. Give his autograph, sign their books, and then he says no. And then they call him Avatared, and then he flips him off.
Yeah, look, he didn't owe people autographs. That's true. And they were sitting there waiting. But he could have at least acknowledged them or been like, hey, I'm in a hurry. I have to listen to me. I don't have time for this right now. But I appreciate you coming out or something like that. He could have just kept going and not said anything.
Give a little wave.
Yeah, he gave a little wave. He just gave the wrong kind of wave.
Yeah, wave with all four of your fingers. There you go. He doesn't have enough testosterone. He can't get
lift all the
four.
fingers up.
Yeah, he can't get all five
He can
fingers
barely get it up.
He can only get one up. He doesn't have enough testosterone. So yeah, probably not something you want to be doing opening weekend when Avatar is not doing that great at the box office.
Not that great, subjective, but to Disney, what Disney was expecting.
Disney's expectations
is it's not doing that great. And now it's possible it'll pick up as it goes. The people coming into next year when the holidays are over, it could gain momentum, which it totally can, because it doesn't have a lot of competition. But as of now, it's not doing nearly as well as expected. It's tanking the stock.
Yes.
A lot of the big stock places are flat out saying that's why the stock is falling. And then, you go and flip off.
Yeah, that's just not good for business, right? And this on top of his testosterone remarks. I gotta wonder though, and I'm with Mr. Milo in this one, if he isn't under a ridiculous amount of pressure.
I think he is.
Because Disney's basically like...
Not that I'm excusing bad behavior.
No, but they're probably like, we are literally like betting the farm on Avatar going forward, because we've already killed Star Wars. We're in the process of killing Marvel, so you better come through there, James.
I mean, okay, I understand why people calling you names would make you flip somebody off. That being said, I understand that as the regular person, not when you're James Cameron getting into a limo when there's a bunch of people waiting for you and it's on camera and people have cameras everywhere and your movie needs to do well and you need to make Disney happy, and then you're out there like,
yeah,
you're giving the finger to the fans.
Yeah.
I mean, now I guess they're just doing it literally now.
Yeah, I mean,
at least it was figuratively before. Now they're going all in.
At least it wasn't a fist fight.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm waiting for that fist fight in Pandora.
There's probably been fist fights in Pandora.
I'm sure
fist fights
all
over Disney. That's why they had to put a new clause in there, or do guidelines in their park stuff, because people are getting fights all the time, swearing.
So there.
He just violated Disney's own theme park guidelines.
That's not very magical of you.
No.
So anyway, look, Avatar, it's doing okay. I mean, this is what's so weird about this. Like, this movie cost so much money and Disney was betting so heavily on this that they're like, well, it only did $134 million this weekend. I mean, we expected...
Domestically, yeah.
Domestic. We expected so much more, but the big problem is China.
China, they were expecting 200 million and it did like... I thought it did 100. It did like 50, but now they're saying under 120. But I thought 57.1.
Now... I'm hearing that there's a theory that the CCP is not real happy with this movie because it's competing with their movies.
Yeah, that could be.
You know, that could be too. We've had people jump in the comments say no, the pandemic is actually COVID's really bad over here.
Look, I believe. I'm not saying it's not. All right, I believe that it is. What I've been saying is that over here, they blame everything on the pandemic. And while the box office globally was down about 50 million in expectations, and that's across the board, they're blaming it all on the pandemic in China. And that's ridiculous because, that's over every market, not just the Chinese market. And honestly, 50 million when there's a pandemic and China only did like a quarter what they expected is not a bad decline. But to blame everything on COVID is ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing.
I'm not saying it isn't bad in China. That's not what I was saying.
I think anymore they're going to have to just not bet on China for movies. And actually, Top Gun did very, very well without China. And this one, they were betting on China to carry them. Things, again, are very different current year than they were in 2009. Disney's got to realize, like, you cannot count on China to carry these movies anymore. How many movies did they create specifically for Chinese audiences only to have Chinese audiences reject them?
I know. I think they did a set with Milan and everything. I'm sorry. I'm distracted by Gucci's Harry Styles ad. Slammed as he poses in teddy bear shirt next to toddler mattress.
What?
I'm like, wait.
Oh my God.
Am I surprised? No. Not surprised. Not surprised. Anyway, yeah, let's wrap this one up. I don't know what else to say. Weirdly enough, Mr. Milo actually did a review of Avatar, and he said it was actually pretty. He gave it a 6 out of 10. He said that basically what people were saying, it's very pretty. It's too long. It's kind of a rehash of the first one, and the fact that it's like since you were the first one, you were introduced to all their cultures and stuff like that, and now since it's a new area and a new group of people in the new Na'vi, you have to introduce to their beliefs and everything all over again, and it's kind of like you already did this once. And he's like, he's made a joke. Is it going to be like, we're going to have sand, like a desert type people, and
probably
all this other stuff. So it's on the pirateandprincesses.net if you want to read his review.
Yeah, the entire world is their litter box, in the desert.
Oh no! Yeah. But that's racist. The show's racist because it's not people POCs.
Oh my God! Okay, so that was a whole other thing.
I heard about this.
Yes, there are people complaining on Twitter that Avatar is racist. It's cultural appropriation, not because of blue cat people, but because of the braids and the dress that they're appropriating culture from POC and assigning them to blue aliens that are portrayed mostly by white people.
And they should be portrayed by non-white people, or
even
it's racist.
Zoe Saldana for the longest time, did anybody know what skin color Zoe Saldana had for real? Because she was always blue or green.
I did. Well, that's true because she was in Star Trek. She was in Star Trek and she was Uhura.
I'm waiting for that. Well, I'm waiting for that. I was kind of joking about that. Like, people are going to be like, why are you always making the black woman wear the makeup to change her skin tone? Nobody else has to.
Well, I can't argue. Well, no. Karen Gillan has to wear all the makeup to be Nebula.
Oh, yeah.
And she has to look like metallic.
Yeah.
Purple or whatever. Is it purple? I don't know off the top of my head.
Purple. Yeah. Anyway.
So,
we're going to wrap this.
She's a ginger, because they're basically the same thing.
Yeah, they shaved your hair off, didn't they?
They're basically the same.
They shaved your head.
That's why they're both painted. Gingers and black women about the same. Ask Hollywood.
All right, we got to wrap this up.
Yes.
I don't know what else to say about this. Just not a good look. Not something you want to do opening weekend when you're already having some problems there, James. But it's James Cameron. I mean, it's definitely not the
first. It's on brand.
It's very on brand.
I just found it highly ironic after his whole toxicity and testosterone's a toxin and too much testosterone. With the movies that made him big to begin with, and then he's flipping people off. I was just like, dude, oh, dude. It's okay. He's so far up his own ass. There's no room for anybody else anyway.
Okay, I'm good. I'm gonna end it right there.
Okay.
End it right there. All right, guys. Please subscribe. More pop culture news, views, rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.